these free slaves to live. But the free slave made a promise and agreement. Said, we'll give you American civilization while we cross culture. And being the indigenous at our time and seeking for a transformation to modern civilization, they accepted the free slave to overtake the land. And then the free slave brought in different kinds of culture. For example, we have a unitary state, which is a democratic state, with 3 branches of government, a copy and paste of the American democracy into Liberia. So they brought in the legislature, they brought in different kinds of, in fact, they brought in society. One of them that is a currently leading society in Liberia is Freemasonry. So they drew the map of governance, like you always see in Washington, D.C., in a triangular form. The White House is facing towards the Masonic Temple, while the Capitol building is also facing there. So they did the same thing about Liberia. The executive mansion is faced towards the Benson Street Hill, where you have the Masonic Temple, while the Capitol is also faced towards that direction. At the same time, we have the Temple of Justice. All of them in submission. Fast forward, as the time went by, between 1821 and 1822, there was a second ship that went called Nantidas. And from 1822 to 1839, there was a period called the Commonwealth period, headed by one of the free slaves called Thomas Buchanan. And Thomas Buchanan then accepted to drive Liberia through the trenches of leading to coloniality and independence. And so in 1842, then they began negotiation with the American Colonization Society that, hey, now that you gave us a place to live, we are enjoying the good food, the civilized and the texture of the cuisine of Liberia. We want you to think about how we can make you independent, get you an independence. So they started negotiating with capital in Washington. And then in 1844, the group consented to allowing Liberia getting independence. In 1846, they had the first governor election, happened to be Joseph Jenkins' rival. During that time, after that agreement had been concluded and agreed upon, the White House in Washington communicated to Liberia. If you look in the emblems of our seal, there is an eagle with a little kind of white folded paper on the lips. That was a letter that was sent. In our hearing, America in those years said, and I can vividly quote some of the words, we will protect you from other foreign nations to not colonize you. We will provide safety and protection for your territorial waters and everything you need. Even though we may not be able to colonize you, but we'll ensure that we'll provide you the pathway to independence. On the early mornings of